Right. Hello everyone. I'm Paula Peters from Disabled People Against Cuts. Today, for disabled people, the budget was disastrous. What Labour did today was continue with a Tory policy. They're going to tighten up the work capability assessments, which basically will see by 2028 to 29, over 400,000 disabled people lose £416 a month and will be left in dire poverty. Now what Rachel Reeves is saying, and by the DWP's own analysis, with these reforms, it will only see 3% of disabled people actually into work, while everyone else will be left in dire poverty. Think about that. And that with winter fuel cuts, 76% of older people affected have a disability. 250,000 people impacted by cuts to warm home discount have a disability. So what we're seeing today is a continuation of Tory policy. And we've got disabled people terrified up and down the country when these reforms come in and what it will mean to them. But she didn't just announce that. She also announced an acceleration of employment and support allowance migration to universal credit. We're already seeing problems with the migration to universal credit for employment and support allowance claimants, told they need a footnote when they're in the support group of ESA. They don't need a footnote. They're covered by transitional provisions of the Universal Credit Act of 2014, and they're covered by Regulation 19. But we're seeing DWP dirty tactics in the job centres, and it's important that claimants know these regulations. And on the 29th of November, I need to bring your attention to something else. That down in Parliament, Kim Leadbetter is bringing her bill on assisted dying. If this bill becomes voted in, it will mean the landscape for the NHS, for social care, for all our local services will change forever. It will mean, as we're seeing in Canada, in Oregon, in the US, people who are not terminally ill, people like me with a chronic progressive condition, being told I'm too expensive to treat, that I'll be better off dead. That's in the eyes of this government, I'm disposable to them. On the 29th of November at 9:30 when that debate begins, there will be a protest outside Parliament at Old Palace Yard. We need you to support Liz Carr and Disabled People Against Cuts to say this government, now is not the time to bring a bill like this in. Fix the foundations of our NHS. Fix the foundations of our social care system. That we demand a publicly funded NHS free at the point of need. That we demand a publicly funded social care system free at the point of need. That we demand publicly funded palliative care, publicly funded hospice care, publicly funded respite care. Fix the foundations of our services. Assist us to live and allow us to live in dignity. But this is a message for Rachel Reeves. And it's a message you're going to hear loud and clear. We'll see you in court tomorrow for the work capability assessment consultation. We'll be at the Royal Courts of Justice at 10:30, and we make you this promise today, that we will resist you today, we will resist you tomorrow, we will resist you until we get shot of these horrendous reforms you're bringing in. But this is also a message to Rachel Reeves. Hands off PIP. Do not bring in vouchers and do not bring in means testing, because we know that you're going to bring in more cuts. And if you bring in more cuts to PIP, it will mean disabled workers will not be able to continue working. It will mean we will not be able to afford to live. So our message to Labour is this: assist us to live. Assist us to live in dignity. because that is what we deserve. But I'll tell you something, we are not going to sit back and take these cuts, because we seriously cannot take any more. But what we need to do today, with the small numbers here, is we need to unify, we need to reach out to everyone in the communities, and we need to build a massive anti-austerity movement. And we urge everyone to reach out to the People's Assembly. Let's rebuild the People's Assembly and build a massive anti-austerity movement. And let's say it clear: tax the rich, no to cuts.
Tax the rich, no to cuts.
Solidarity, everyone. We may be small today, but we're noisy anyway.
We're not having it.